Good evening and welcome to Duck TV News. I'm Briana Friden. Our top story tonight, the University of Oregon's push for an in-state tuition increase of 10.6% was denied by the state last Thursday, in part a result of lobbying by students who oppose the increase.
A University of Oregon alum is opening Northwest Ninja Park, a training facility based on the hit show American Ninja Warrior.
The passage of Oregon Ballot Measure Number 5 in 1990, which capped property taxes dedicated to school funding, as well as a steady trend of disinvestment in higher education, have resulted in budget shortfalls that have become increasingly difficult for the state and the university to overcome. People in residence halls, like the ones behind me here, were asked to refrain from using the water. Tests performed earlier this summer resulted in unusually high levels of lead. There are currently no laws that require the university to regularly monitor drinking water for contaminants. Reporting for Duck TV News, this is Briana Friden.
Reality Kitchen and Eugene Barista School are partnering again to offer a series of barista basics classes that will teach young adults with developmental and intellectual disabilities how to make coffee. Reality Kitchen is excited to keep partnering with businesses in the community and to continue making a difference in people's lives. Reporting for Duck TV News, I'm Briana Friden. Back to you. In the recent weeks, people have begun to notice a strange symbol like the one behind me, tagged in the neighborhoods around campus.
Hoverboards were the hot tech gift of 2015. So hot that they were catching fire, burning up houses, and exploding in driveways. The Consumer Product Safety Commission said they received reports from consumers in 24 states of 52 self-balancing scooter fires resulting in over $2 million in property damage.
Following an 11-1 vote by the Board of Trustees, the University of Oregon will raise tuition by 10.6% for in-state students, which amounts to a 3% increase for out-of-state students in the coming school year. This most recent tuition increase has left students at the university struggling to find ways to make ends meet and complete their degrees in the face of the mounting tuition burden.
Ever since I heard about the tuition increase while studying, I'll just, kind of get into like a panic attack and just like, oh man, I might not even be able to go to school here next year because of it.
The passage of Oregon Ballot Measure Number 5 in 1990, which capped property taxes dedicated to school funding, as well as a steady trend of disinvestment in higher education, have resulted in budget shortfalls that have become increasingly difficult for the state and the university to overcome.
In turn, the university is left with no choice but to increase tuition to fund the $25 million deficit. $11 million of those dollars will go towards faculty and staff salaries, and $7.1 million will go towards retirement costs. While many students have voiced their frustration with the university administration, UO spokesman Tobin Klinger says that this increase was a direct result from lack of funding from the state and was largely unavoidable for the administration.
That we need to be investing in higher education because it's unfair to shift the burden of educational costs onto students and families, but it's a necessity if we're going to continue to deliver the type of education that those students and parents are looking for us to provide.
Vicki Gim, Senate Seat 1 for the ASUO, stresses the importance of lobbying for state funding at the state capitol in Salem.
I encourage a lot of students to take the time to lobby and go to Salem, especially during this season, because people really appreciate, or politicians really appreciate, student testimonies.
If the state budget for education does not increase, then tuition for higher education will continue to rise.
Reporting for Duck TV News, I'm Briana Friden.
This park, aiming to open May 20th, will feature the most iconic obstacles from NBC's show American Ninja Warrior, including the Salmon Ladder, Devil's Ladder, Cannonball Alley, and more. Sloan Cameron, the owner, graduated from the University of Oregon School of Journalism in 2009. After 6 years working a sales job, she decided to pursue her dream of opening her own training facility where she could turn her full attention to her passion for martial arts. She says she thought about opening the park for several years before finally doing it.
If it doesn't terrify you, then it's probably not worth doing, and it terrified me, to my core to try and think about how to take this leap. And then once I finally did it, it was just like, whew, yeah.
Cameron is an accomplished martial artist and holds the world record in the art of Taekwondo power breaking. Jackie Ellers reflects on being Sloan's student for 8 years.
She was very inspiring because there were so many girls that always looked up to her, and it was very inspiring to see her in her element.
Visitors at the park will have the option to complete the Ninja program, classes that combine Ninja Warrior style obstacles with martial arts and basic gymnastics, or just enjoy open gym hours. Cameron hopes her level-based system will attract many members of the community.
You can't get really much better in terms of something that combines physical activity and just fun.
Reporting for Duck TV News, I'm Briana Friden.